Well, Yemen's health ministry says at least 35 people have been killed and 88 wounded in overnight Saudi-led airstrikes across the country. The director of medical emergencies says the victims died during the Saudi aggression in the province of Sana'a, Saada, and Hodeidah. Over a dozen soldiers were killed in the latest round of air raids targeting the headquarters of the Republican Guards in Sana'a. The Saudi-led warplanes also bombed the runway at the international airport in Sana'a. Riyadh launched aerial attacks against Yemen without a UN mandate. Early on Thursday, this is not the first time that Saudi Arabia invades Yemen. Back in November 2009, Riyadh launched military action in Yemen by conducting airstrikes against Ansarullah fighters near the border. Let's cross over to Westchester, joined by Professor of Westchester University, Mr. Lawrence Davidson. Thank you so much for being with us. When we look at the situation now, 35 people being killed so far. This is in the overnight airstrikes. What do you think it's going to take to actually stop this situation, this Saudi attacks on Yemen?
I don't think it will stop. I think that this is a prelude to a ground invasion. A two-pronged ground invasion, not only using troops from Saudi Arabia, but also Egyptian troops, perhaps troops from the UAE or the Gulf area. But this is, I think, my opinion is that this is a prelude to a ground invasion, and that the only time it will stop is when either the Saudis and the Egyptians can control the country, or when the Houthi guerrilla and other action pushes them out.
Why do you think that we're seeing this at this time? We have seen the Saudi attack, airstrikes on Yemen. Also, at the same time, we have the Arab League countries actually getting together and talking about, of course, other things too, but this situation in Yemen, and being adamant about not allowing the Houthis to expand their power behind this. What is the root of the problem in your perspective?
Well, I think that there's a strategic decision that's been made in Saudi Arabia and then passed on, say, to the Arab League to essentially prevent any increase or any action that's going to allow for more Shiite-controlled areas. So if you look at Bahrain and now Yemen, the common denominator here is that the rebels are Shiite of one sort or another. And I do think that the Saudis are paranoid about this. They always blame the Iranians, but that's really ridiculous because these are indigenous rebellions against corruption and inefficient state management. Nonetheless, I think the root cause is this paranoia that the Saudis have in the past down onto the Gulf states against any additional Shiite controlled areas.
Is it really about a sectarian issue in your perspective? Or is it about, as of course, the Houthis have been saying from time and time again, as many other people from Yemen, it's the impoverishment of the area, the difficulties that the people are having living day to day, and the demand for a better way of living, but has been branded by others as being sectarian. Your take, sir?
Oh, right. I think that the root cause of the rebellions is economic and social. However, the root cause of the strategy of the decision making to bomb and invade is sectarian. Does that kind of make sense? There's two different things going on here. One action, the other reaction, and they have different motivations.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Lawrence Davidson, Professor, Westchester University, out of Westchester.